Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy, it's Torn.
Yes, indeed. You know what time it is. I am the voice of the South, Q Smitty with Polar Jocks. Give you that cool rush. We have a very special guest in the building.
Very special, man. Let me tell you something about this lady, man. She one of the hottest artists in the city. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard her song, I got to Birmingham, Alabama. I was like, who the fuck is that? They was like, that's Rocki. I said, who? I'm new to the city, so I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, just picking out songs or whatnot. I'm like, damn. And that song keep playing on radio. I'm talking about they were beating the block down with this song. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then it's a pop song. But anyway, to go in to say that, man, everything she make was on that frequency. So if you don't know who she is right now, like I said, one of the biggest artists.
You've been sleeping under a rock.
In Birmingham. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you, Rocki.
Rocki.
What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm so glad to be here.
What's happening?
Able to catch up with
Oh, yeah,
you guys.
definitely. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Mhm.
You know, I feel different. I've had an opportunity to go and reset.
Yeah.
And so I feel good. I feel light.
God, that's a good way to feel.
What's a reset?
I'm just about to say
A
that.
reset for me, I'm one of those kind of people that don't know how to slow down.
Mhm.
Like I'm always working. If I'm not physically working, my mind is working. So a reset for me is to just go and do nothing, but just relax and
Right.
breathe. And so I needed that. I needed to go and reset to
Right.
recharge, so that I can rebuild my mental for
Right.
the new content.
Now, how do you reset? Which ways do you reset?
As far as like what, like vices or like
Yeah, let's say as far as career wise, and then as a person too, because I know you're a person first, then you're
Yeah.
artist.
So personally, as an individual person
Mhm.
outside of the artistry, I reset by honestly going to the park, going to sit in nature.
Gotcha.
I'm a real huge fan of nature.
Mhm.
Like,
You like being outside
yeah.
a lot.
Mhm.
Man,
I
watch
can
the
go
sunsets.
I can go sit in complete like silence outside and just listen to the wind blow.
Yeah.
So for me, on a personal level, because sometimes we have to reset from family
You do.
and friends, you know, and it's not a bad thing. Should never be personal.
Right.
People should never take it personal. So I just escape from everybody at some
Mhm.
point because I need time for me. I can't be everything to everybody.
Right.
If I'm nothing for myself, like I gotta be everything to myself first.
Mhm.
Mm.
Because I'm the machine, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
I gotta be able to keep going. So
Mm-hmm.
I just go sit in nature, man, and really be mindful of what I'm eating because that play a part too.
Yeah.
You know, you eating bad.
What you
It's
eat?
Good
What
old
you eat
fried
nowadays?
chicken.
Nowadays,
What your diet look like?
So my a diet for me is really just fruits, veggies. I do salmon, grilled chicken.
You know how to
I
eat,
do a
girl.
little lamb chop every now and
Okay.
again.
Okay.
But for the most part, I'm really a light eater.
Mhm.
I don't do too much.
Yeah.
Mm.
You work out with her, or you just strictly like, I'm just cleaning my diet up.
At one point, I was not working out.
Mhm.
On the strength of me, I was in a car accident. Literally 2 accidents a week apart. Neither were my fault. This was like last year, like October the 28th to be exact.
Mm.
And so I was like going to the chiropractor
Right.
for like 3 months. Because naturally I was born with mild scoliosis. That's something that a lot of people don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes here or there I would have trouble like sitting straight up.
posture.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
posture. You know, so once I was in that wreck, you know, it kind of altered my spine a little bit, and it shifted a bone in my neck. So I was going to get checked. I really didn't make posts about it. I didn't say too much. I just kept everything quiet.
Sometimes
and
you got to keep it personal.
yeah. So I was doing that for about 3 months or so, and then they finally released me, and she told me, hey, you know, you should get back in the gym, but this time around, don't do heavy weights. You know, really do like low weights. You know, and just do high end rep.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been focusing on, like getting myself back into a rhythm, into a groove, because I literally took a long time off from the gym.
When I say you were going hard in the gym, that's how I met you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw you in the gym. I was like, hey, I like your music.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it was just like, dang, like
That's
you be
crazy.
in there every day.
Yeah, it's crazy
Yeah.
because right before the pandemic
Mhm.
is when you met me for
Mhm.
real. Like I was going super hard with Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And soon as we finished our challenge, you know, because it was like a program he started to
Right.
lose, like a weight loss program.
Mhm.
Soon as the program was over with, literally we got the little heads up, hey, shut down. So it was kind of like weird because
Yeah.
if literally everything shut down,
Every-
including his gym.
Everything.
So I felt like, dang, we don't have a choice but to go and sit in the house because at the time I think it was like getting ready to get cold or it was cold
Yeah.
already. It was something, and
It was in between. Something like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
so I guess I got a little complacent and a little comfortable because I felt like, oh, I'm already in shape, so I ain't gonna worry about the little, you know, it'll be
Mhm.
over with in no time.
All right.
And here we are, what, 3 years later?
That
It's
shit
like,
lasts for a long
dang.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Zooming.
I literally can honestly say I took about a year,
Mm.
year and a half off from working out. And then when I tried to work out, when I started to work out, I tweaked my back, then I stopped.
Damn.
And then shortly after that is when the wreck happened. And then I had to stop, you
Right,
know,
right.
for like 3-4 more months. And so now I'm just now finding my groove all over
back in
again.
it.
Yeah, so it's been a journey, man.
Yeah.
Like it was uncomfortable because I literally it don't take but a split second to pick up some weight.
Yeah, especially down here, you know what I'm saying? Birmingham got the good food.
Yeah.
It's,
So man, I
yeah,
It's
gained
hard to resist.
I already know.
before when the challenge was over with, I was weighing like 167. Man, believe it or not. I done stepped on the scale. I don't look bad with it, but
Right.
I'm right as of right now. I'm like 183.
Oh, God, I
That's
thought you
not
finna
that
say
bad. I
some
thought you
two
were about to
something.
say 215.
That's why I was looking for. I thought,
225
yeah,
or
I was like, you
something.
finna say some 220 some shit.
Nah,
Is it
but
muscle or is like you? Could
That
you
ain't
sit
bad,
It's,
though.
back
it's
with-
not bad. It's like that in between. You know, you
Like-
still got that shape, that muscle in you,
Yeah.
but it's like,
You a cheeseburger where you from?
yeah, dang
That shit
it. And I'm
over
like,
for-
man, I gotta get a hold of myself. I can't keep doing.
Yeah, damn. Big Mac away. But nah, you keeping everything in shape though. You doing good. Just don't never quit though. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't.
Never quit. Let's get into the music though. So now, as far as getting back in the groove of everything now, how was it getting back in the groove of making music?
Honestly, that never stopped. Even during the pandemic, it never stopped because yes, true enough, I wasn't in a position to go to my engineer's home
Right.
all the time. For one, because everybody was getting more and more cautious of COVID. And so I'm like, dang, man, I gotta be able to be creative, but I can't go into a studio for real.
Yeah.
Although he was making like time and making adjustments for people to come through and record, but it got to a point where it was like I would have an idea and I might not be able to get in for 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
because his schedule might be jacked up, or busy. So I'm like, man, I gotta figure out a way to start pumping out these ideas even in the midst of the pandemic. So what I did was I created a little budget for myself and I went and bought everything to do it at home. And so I started
About a home studio.
Yeah, and so
That's
I
dope.
started recording my raw vocals at home.
Yeah.
And I would just shoot the files over to Brian.
Damn. So he can do it, touch it up.
Yeah, so I recorded my latest project. Pretty much 50% of it I recorded at home.
What kind of mic
Wow.
you got? You got the mic that come around?
Now, when I have the chaotic ball as far as like the pop filter.
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. The chaotic
But
ball,
as
that's
far
what it
as
is.
like the mic,
Mhm.
I'm not too like equipped on, like I'm not too knowledgeable of like mics.
Yeah,
and all
mics.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a pretty decent mic from what the people at the
He can
good
work
time-
with the vocals
yeah.
from that mic. Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
made sure like I spent the bulk of my money on like a great monitor and the little pop filter thing.
Energy wise, what's the difference between working at home rather than working at a studio? Because I know it's like sometimes the creative juices may be different. So what's the difference?
You
For
gotta have
me,
imagination.
yeah.
I
So
know.
at home, I had to literally create a vibe. Yes, that's naturally my habitat. Like that's my home, but I've never recorded in there before. So it was
Right.
like recording there. I had to like put some LED lights up, bring in some plants, just color. I needed color.
Right.
I needed incense because
Plants.
I'm a nature person, so it's like, okay, this is about to be different for me, being that I got to start recording myself. I got to actually learn how to use this stuff and record myself at the same time.
Mhm.
So I'm going to need a little help. I'm going to need a little vibe, catch a little vibe. So I literally just had to like center myself
Right.
and naturally just place myself there.
To
Being in
learn.
the because being in the studio, you're gonna naturally catch a vibe from the engineer because he already putting that pizzazz on you, making you sound good.
Yeah.
You know, at home I'm like, dang, I don't even know if this is a good take
Right.
because it's so
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah, because you ain't
know
got
what I'm saying?
nobody mixing in that
Yeah.
flavor with it.
It's so raw, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Makes you work harder though.
it did.
Mhm.
Vocally, it challenged me
Mm.
because I'm used to having a little help, and I can honestly say that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
So now you're multidimensional. You can do both.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had one of my little mentees come in
Mhm.
and engineer he helped me engineer towards like the end of the project.
Right.
So that was good. I was able to like take my hands off
Mm.
of it, and literally let him sit in the chair
Mhm.
and do what he needed to do, and I could just focus on vocals.
Mhm.
So that was pretty dope too.
Gotcha.
And he's an artist too in the city. So
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about songwriting because you done wrote for a lot of people. People don't even know this woman, man. This girl
It's
done wrote for so
crazy.
A
many
lot of
people. Man, you'll be shocked. You be like, damn, who wrote? You're thinking that'd be the artist, but nah, nigga, they ain't the artist, nigga.
Who's your favorite person to write
It's
for?
more, yeah.
my favorite,
She's a hitter.
it's crazy because my very first experience was with R.Kelly. And a lot of people don't know that, and they were just when I say that, people be like,
Yeah, right. Or some
yeah,
shit.
right, like
I
when
told you,
you know.
exactly.
So
Told you.
it was like that experience for me alone. Mind you, I went into it like I was in his home, like with his production
Okay.
camp, like with his producers and engineer. Like I'm walking in this studio in this house,
Yeah.
and the booth is like Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing
Right.
all this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's like my first experience with working in that environment was crazy.
What year was this kind of?
Man,
No.
2016.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
He was still doing
it
his
was,
thing at
It
that
was like
time.
right
Yeah.
before he got in trouble
Yeah, right
because
before
they
he
were
got in
working
trouble.
on his project.
Because it didn't hit to he didn't get in trouble till around by what?
2019.
18,
Yeah,
19,
so it was
something like that?
literally
Yeah.
they were building a team around him to work on his new project.
Mm.
And at the time, one of my mentors that live in LA, which is Candace Nelson,
Yeah.
super dope. I'm talking about she done wrote for Beyonce, like one of her top songs. She hit me up, and it was so spur of the moment
Mm-hmm.
because she always told me, she was like, you know, anytime an opportunity presents itself, you know, don't be afraid. But if I text you and it's urgent, like you might have to be on the road within the next hour.
Yeah.
Serious.
And that's how that situation even went.
Yeah.
It went like that with R.Kelly, it went like that with Kash Doll.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had no time to think.
Right.
I just
You
had,
to go.
I just had to go.
Yeah.
I literally had to leave with what I had on. Like, you just gotta go. And I just remember spending like hella hours in the studio with both of those artists. Like,
Now, did they pick any of your songs that you worked on, that you wrote for them?
nah.
What's the trick to that too? You know?
It's so crazy
I know.
because, like, for one, they throw you. It's like throwing you in the pool and you've never swum before.
Mm-hmm.
You can either sink or you gonna swim. You know, but I feel like as long as you keeping your head above water, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And so, I think for Kash Doll, the process was cool. It was a little bit out of my element.
Mm-hmm.
She enjoyed the chemistry that we had, but at the time, I can honestly say she wasn't really she was looking for that hard, like, and so I'm so diverse, and I wanted more for her.
Mhm.
Like, I wanted her to step out of her comfort.
Right.
And then too, I think project wise, they was looking for another sound for her.
Right.
So it wasn't a bad experience at all. It was super dope. She's super cool. talented, like funny as hell,
Yeah.
real down to earth. Like we done kick the whoop whoop with like I
Right,
done
right.
been in her like in her hotel and stuff like.
Yeah.
And so the experience itself was like super dope.
Right.
But as far as them like picking one of the songs, it didn't happen.
Folks don't realize like there's a lot of voices behind
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Like yo, you got the
Yeah.
executive, you got the
Yeah.
people who's over the record label talking. Like yo, this is how it's supposed to sound. Like people don't realize
It
that.
ain't even the artist's decision, damn.
What's
near.
crazy
Yeah.
is like I'm still to this day working like in the songwriting field. It's crazy because I got some super dope opportunities coming up, and I can't really talk about them just yet. Like, but I can honestly say like the city need to stay tuned because in like 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be in the studio with somebody major.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about somebody that
Like you ain't
Timberland.
bullshitting.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
shoot, I mean, like R.Kelly was already big though.
Hell
I mean, yeah.
But you
Like-
saying like
Shoot.
that nigga type shit.
Yeah, and it's a female artist. you
Oh,
know,
Okay.
so
Ooh.
So even better.
That's
I mean,
that's gonna be hard to
classic.
think of who that could
You
be.
should already get a little hint. I said Timberland. So think about who in his family. You know what I'm saying? Who close?
Oh shit! Don't tell me that.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Start with an M.
I can see that.
yeah,
I could.
yeah,
I
so,
can see that vibe.
So it's
I can see that.
so it's
Stupid,
cool,
but-
like because
Ain't gonna be hard.
I'm just grateful because at
Mhm.
the time, looking back on it,
Yeah.
the R.Kelly, the Kash Doll, those were learning experiences for me.
Yeah.
Because the person that I am now, the mindset that I have now, the penmanship that I have now is totally sick
Mhm.
from then. Like, and I was sick then, like, but
Yeah.
it's like way better because now I've been so focused and honed in on what I need to do.
Right.
I don't really write no more. I just sit in the front of the mic and just punch line for line. Like sometimes 3 and 4 bars will come out at a time. So I don't write no more.
Right.
I can write. I still have that capability,
Mhm.
but I don't focus on writing anymore.
Mm.
I focus on the present feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm in a different space now, and I can do that, and that has helped me tremendously.
Right.
I wrote a song 2 days ago, within an hour. I really didn't. I didn't write it. I recorded it, and it only took an hour.
Mm.
Whereas most times I usually would have to go live with the beat, and then come back and record what I've written.
Yeah.
But it's like now I'm just tapping into a space where I don't have to do that. I can just
Right.
sit in the room and just let a certain instrument within the beat take me somewhere, and I just go.
Mm.
So
That's a
You're a
special
creative
type of talent, bro.
zenist.
yeah,
You know what does that mean in Rocky's eyes?
you say I'm a what now?
Creative zenist.
Just a
Boy,
person.
T.I.
that,
over there. ain't
listen, I know, right?
Tilt. Let's go.
Just a creative zenist, man.
Boy,
like,
get tilt for
so-
that money.
Expeditiously.
a creative zenist to me is somebody that can just sit in a space,
Mhm.
in a place of solitude, and just really tap in and hone in on what that person truly feels. Like, right from an honest place. Like, speak from an honest place. Like, be okay with saying the shit that everybody feel might be awkward or uncomfortable because that's just their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
for me, I'm learning how to just hone in on me and be everything I need to be for me. So that's a creative zenist to me.
And you're very like I can tell like with your creativity, you also go personal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed that you're very transparent about your health and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But you also use it to your advantage to be creative and stuff. Like, can you talk
Definitely.
about how you manage being so transparent and open about it, but also being creative at the same time?
The way I do that is I think about my family, and then I think about my peers. And I say, how can I articulate what I want to say in a way where it's honest, but it's not too much because I still have people like elders and stuff that I have to respect.
Right.
I still have morals and integrity. So how can I live up to that but still be true to me? And that's what I focus on. I don't focus on like people pleasing. Like I still have to find it's that fine line. I have to figure out a way to make it make sense for me, Because if I don't, and I just put it out and I know it's not everything that I needed it to be, I'm not gonna be as happy about it. I might not show it to y'all, but it might be one of them things where I might be like, dang man, I knew I could have did better. So I don't ever want to feel like that. I just want to be able to just be completely transparent, like from jump. And if it's something that I need to like display that could possibly make somebody uncomfortable, the only person I'm worried about really is my mom.
Right.
I go and
That's all that matter.
Yeah, and I go talk to him, like, hey mom, I'm getting ready to do X, Y, and Z. What do you think about that? She say nothing but I'm Team Rocki.
Yeah.
I say, okay.
So she pretty much go with you, whatever you trying to do.
Yeah, because she know at the end of the day, I'm never gonna do anything to intentionally, degrade myself or anybody in my family. So
that's right.
That's what I focus on for real. Like just trying to figure out a way to just be creative, but do it in a tasteful way.
I like that. Like that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Rocki in the building, man. I wish we had about 2 more hours in here because we can talk. We ain't gonna lie. We can talk to tomorrow.
I wanted to talk about real quick though your photos and your videos, your promo, where you promote yourself. You had the tennis commercial going on. Basically with your promotion. Talk about that. What was the concept behind that?
What's crazy is I'm working on a new brand. It's called Naked.
Talk about that.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a conversational piece. Like when people finally catch on to like the wave of what I'm doing, that's something that it's a part of Rocki, but it's separate from the artist.
Right.
To me, Naked is a representation of Rockwell. That's me as an individual, not the artist, but so that particular brand came up in my spirit, I'll say November last year. And I was really kind of forced to sit with myself.
Right.
And come to the realization of the things that I had to just literally be honest about with myself, because that's who matters most. When you look in the mirror, that's your true self.
Right.
So it's like I had to literally sit with myself because I felt like I was losing friends. I felt like I was losing myself. I felt like I was just like all over the place. I felt like I wasn't being able to be completely 100, at some point within the music, and at some point with other people that I cared about. So it was just like one of those things where I was like, you know what? Forget that. I'm about to be naked. And what I mean by naked is my soul being naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where I even made the statement. And my friends thought I was crazy. They were like, what? I said, the next relationship that I get in, before we become intimate, we're going to have to sit in a room completely naked, like physically naked across from each other, and be vulnerable and be expressive and place our intentions in the front of us.
That's how we once was humans. We were naked, we didn't have clothes.
Yeah. And
so let me get this straight. I'm trying to wrap my mind right.
Okay.
So basically, you saying y'all gonna exchange feelings.
Yeah. Exchange.
I'm trying to get it right.
Exchange feelings.
It's a good idea. I ain't saying it's a bad idea, but I'm just trying to
get in the naked physical form.
Lights on or lights off?
On. Because I need you to see me in my most uncomfortable. I need you to see all of me. I don't want to be that person that we can only be intimate in the dark. Why?
Right. Right. I'm like that too.
We getting married in the light, so why we gotta
lights on?
So
cut them on.
I don't understand that. So I don't want to deal with anybody, and I don't want to do anything unless it's completely naked. And that's why I walk alone. That's why I'm single.
Deep.
Like
that is deep.
That's why I'm who I am. Like that's why people look at my page and they say, "Who are you and what are you about?" Well, you gotta approach me in a naked form so that I can see you for who you are. Then I can allow you to know who I am, because I'm not gonna give you me if I know you're not really giving me you.
Right.
What's the purpose?
Right.
I see right through people like easy.
Right.
So it's like I don't want to waste time. I'd rather continue to be focused on everything else until that time really presents itself.
Come.
Yeah. And so that's the whole point of Naked, is to help people to live by the essence of their truth, whatever that is.
I love it. I love it, man.
And it's also it also stands for naturally attractive, kinetic energy desired. So it's super dope, man. I got socks and T-shirts I'm getting ready to release.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Damn, I ain't thinking about it like
I need
that,
a naked T-shirt.
Yeah, I need one too.
I got you.
Need a tank top.
Got one. I do. I got you.
All that. Yeah. Before we get you out of here, though, man, we gotta hook you up with something real healthy.
Okay.
It's gonna help you think clear.
Okay.
Meal replacement. It's gonna put you in the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the smoothie for the week. It's called Purple Express. Yep, that's right, man. Purple Express. Now, with this Purple Express.
I'm over here like ain't no pineapples in it.
Now you allergic to pineapple?
Hell yeah.
Oh, nah, I ain't putting no pineapple.
Okay.
But nah, we ain't doing no pineapple. So the Purple Express is gonna help you with your memory. It's gonna help with energy. But anyway, yeah. Also, it's gonna help you, like I said, energize digestive system. It's a real important smoothie. And like I said, if you're on the go, if you're on the run, this gonna help you replace that meal, that craving that you just need to eat. You gotta eat something,
Yeah, I need something for that memory. Somebody owe me money.
Yeah,
who it was.
Nigga said somebody owe me money. So yeah, pretty much, man. Purple Express, that's what it is. I got peanut butter in it, bananas, a little kale, and also too organic protein powder. So yeah, you'll love it. Try it out. All right, smooth of the week. Rocki, appreciate you for coming through, man.
We appreciate it. Look, I appreciate y'all.
Great interview.
Shout out to the health and creativity.
Yeah, we gotta bring you back real soon.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
A little thick, but we're gonna get through it. I shouldn't have put that in the freezer. I should have left that shit alone. Just put it in the freezer.
It's actually amazing.
Tastes like ice cream.
I promise you, I'm over here like smacking like.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Yep, that's what it is, man. Rocki, tell the people where to follow you at right now, so they can be up on all the information that you got going up.
Everything is the same everywhere.
Clothing line, all
it's
that.
officially Rocki. That's OFFICIALLYROCKI. On Instagram it's _. But everywhere else, just officially Rocki. Make sure you tune in, tap in. Send me a DM. I ain't shy. I'm being niggerish. I ain't ebonic.
Yeah, she gonna link up with you, man.
I ain't too good to respond or nothing like that.
Back.
So yeah, I hit you back.
Yeah, for
tap
sure,
in
man.
with me.
There it is, Polar Jocks, another great show. We'll see y'all next week.